5 myths of fasting. Fasting has been around for thousands of years. You may have heard one of these 5 in argument against fasting, or a reason why you've told yourself or you read yourself why you didn't want to try fasting. Let me break through some of these mythbusters and then hopefully get you tapping in on this incredible mechanism when you curb your consumption, how it can literally clean up your body, tap into your recycling, and decrease your risk of cancer, let alone really crank up your fat loss. Let's go. Fasting myth number 1. If you skip breakfast and utilize intermittent fasting, you mess up your metabolism. So what is said is that skipping breakfast leads to excess hunger, leads to cravings, and then you gain weight. What is actually true in a 2014 study of 2 groups of obese individuals that had one group ate breakfast and one skipped breakfast. The results of the study show there was no change in weight. Whether they ate breakfast or didn't eat breakfast, they did not gain weight. So the conclusion, eating breakfast is not essential. So yes, you can eat breakfast in the morning and you didn't gain weight over time depending on what it was. But if you eat it poorly, you are at risk for having that. Or if you skipped breakfast, it did not create excess cravings. It did not create rebounding effects where you ended up gaining more weight. So that just wasn't true. So step 1, you can do it by skipping breakfast. That's called intermittent fasting. Myth number 2, if I don't eat, I'm not going to have energy. I'm not going to be able to function. The brain runs on glucose. It runs on sugar. So it constantly needs that supply in order to function. I'll be just wiped out and I'll underperform at work or in my day. So basically what's being said is that if you do not eat carbohydrates every few hours or meals every few hours, your brain's not going to be able to function. What's actually true, your brain can actually run on energy that's produced in the liver. It's called ketones. Keto, anybody? I'm not saying you have to do keto, but according to the National Center for Biotechnology Information, doing long terms of fasting or a very low carbohydrate approach to eating, the body can actually tap into and produce ketones in the body from dietary fats, primarily taken from the liver, which will reduce liver fats, which will reduce liver cirrhosis and fatty liver syndrome, which will produce the ketones that will feed your brain as fuel and allow you to stay energized and recycle toxicity through your body. You don't have to run purely off that every single day, but you can absolutely perform high with your brain, even without carbohydrates and frequent meals. Myth number 3, eating frequently is really good for your health. It's healthy to eat multiple meals in a day. So basically what's said, eat often to stay healthy. What's true, a study shows that short-term fasting induces a cellular repair process. You're only as healthy as your cells. This cellular process is called autophagy. I love autophagy. I got a video below and a link about autophagy. You can check it out. This is where the cells use old and dysfunctional proteins and old particles and old fragments of cells to create their energy. In fact, some studies suggest that snacking and eating frequently can actually have negative effects on the health and actually raise your risk of disease. For example, one study found that coupled with a high calorie intake, a diet with more frequent meals caused a greater increase in liver fat, indicating that snacking may raise the risk of fatty liver disease. Tap into autophagy by using fasting, and you will recycle and clean up your cells, which is a major boost for your immune system. Number 4, won't my body go into starvation mode and my metabolism will shut down? So what is said is that not eating makes your body think it's starving. So it shuts down the metabolism and prevents you from burning fat. What is true is that study after study shows that fasting for up to 48 hours, anywhere up to 48 hours, can boost your metabolism anywhere from 3.6 to 14%. I'll put those references and those studies below if you like to dig into the research, but boosting your immune system by not eating, the exact opposite of what most would think shows the studies. Number 5, overall, for whatever reason, fasting is just bad for your health. What is actually true is it has major benefits for your metabolic health, such as improved insulin sensitivity to balance the blood sugars in your body, to balance the energy in your body, reduced oxidative stress and inflammation, which is the root cause of 98% of disease, says Time magazine, and a reduction in various risk factors for different types of heart disease. Multiple studies on that. Fasting taps in to the healing process in your body. And the main reason it does this is because some of you haven't gone a day without eating. There is nothing you can do on this planet that will use up more energy and more resources than digesting food. So if you give your body a break from that exhaustive activity, it gets to use all that energy and all that healing to repair your body, to prevent disease, to clear out inflammation, to prevent heart disease, to bolster your immune system, to repair the cells and clean up damaged things that are not supposed to be laying around anymore. That's the power of fasting. If you really want to learn how to do it the most effective way to avoid plateauing and to ease your way into it, check out my rotational fasting training right here.